I've written 42 books. I've been doing it since I was 15 years old. I wrote a novel when I was just in high school called The Anomalous Compatriot, which was horrible. Never published, but a part of what I can see clearly now is a reflection of that. If you want to be a writer, it's something that's in your soul. I call it writing from the soul. Listening to that thing inside of you. In fact, the very last paragraph of this book says, in order to access guidance, I encourage you to make a commitment to be absolutely faithful to that which exists nowhere else but within yourself. This is the great secret for seeing ever more clearly and living your life from a place of passion and purpose. That there is a place that exists only within you, and to be faithful to that. So I have been doing that since I was 15 years of age, and been writing and writing and writing and taking on the task of writing. I write by hand. I don't use a machine. I put the pad of paper here, I put my left hand on the table, and with my purple pen I write, and I allow for me it's like a circuit, and I allow it to flow through my heart and onto the page. And very often it takes 600, 700, 800 individual pages that you have to fill from in here or from out there, and you just have, you're really like a channel. Very much like what's happening right now. Even these words that are coming out of my mouth, I don't own them. I don't even know where they're coming from. But I just listen, and I just allow it, and then I'm done with it. I give it to my editor, who incarnated here to be an editor. And I came here to be a writer and a speaker. And it's what my heart tells me to do. It's why I'm here this morning. So the idea of sitting down and writing another book it bears heavy on my soul. It's like it's just exhausting, and it requires an enormous amount of discipline to sit there day in and day out. Because every book of every word that I've written in every book is something that has all come from me. I don't have anybody else to co-author with. I don't have anybody else that I assign to write it for me. It's all something that I take very personally and it's very important and significant to me. But it's also just so exhausting, and it just takes so much. And I was 72 years old then, and I just said, that's enough. And I told everybody, I'm not going to write any more books. I'm just done with that. And so I'm going to use my time to do some other things, which I'm really excited about. Some films, and other projects that I don't even want to talk about yet. So that was the 26th of June. On the morning of the 27th of June, I started writing I Can See Clearly Now. And I wrote, and I wrote, I wrote and wrote. I wrote every single day. Now the children were all there. They're filling up my space there. In fact, they filled that up so much, we were all going to just kind of gather together because it's summertime, and you can sleep on air mattresses and sleep on the couches and so on, and just everybody's just all there, and it's just a great time for everybody to be together. I had to go out and actually rent a place in order to have the privacy to do the writing that was just so filling my soul. It was so significant that in one moment I had shifted away from, and I thought that I was in charge of this. 11 or 12 years ago, I was in New York City, and I was being interviewed by the New York Times, and also there was a man who was also being interviewed by the New York Times. His name is Arthur Miller, the great American playwright. So he was asked the question, as I was sitting there waiting, he was asked the question, are you working on another play? Now, at that time, Arthur Miller was 91 years old. So when the interviewer said, are you working on another play? His response was something that I've never forgotten. He said, I don't know, but I probably am. And that just resonated so deeply within me that there is something invisible that is directing this play that we call our life. And our human personality isn't the thing that's in charge of it at all. And when you begin to surrender to that, and when you begin to understand that, and when you begin to live from that place where you're surrendering to it and just allowing,